And do it again, you're saying, is it?
Yeah.
2
Jade,
seconds.
please reveal, please.
2 seconds. You like my HD cam as well?
Yeah, I was gonna say you were a little bit out
Ready?
of focus. Okay, you. Oh my. Oh, it's actually nice. Like.
Oh, it's proper. Like, yeah, I could do it nicely. Like if I wanted to. I'm always wearing hats. Always wearing. I look like a Karen there, don't I? I want to speak to the manager.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
How are you, broski? You good?
I'm good. I was just saying you're looking well, pal.
Thanks, kid. Diet is going well.
Love it. I'm going the opposite way then.
You get.
But it's fine. It's fine.
How's everything down east?
Things are good. Oh man, like I am such a person that I get like when the weather's nice or when it's bright, my mood is just 20 bajillion times better. So I'm totally like buzzing with this weather. It's like it's great. So things are good. They are kind of busy, but I've made a couple of changes that have like 100% helped me. So like I'm like finally kind of feeling a little bit like, oh,
Change in
balance.
what sense? Oh yeah, it was work-life balance. Okay, like just shutting the phone off at a certain time, this kind of stuff, or
yeah, but also I have an extra pair of hands to help me with a few bits, which I'm kind of happy with. Yes,
congrats.
So yeah, so look, I mean, it's just I think you know yourself, like it's more just being like. Just trying to manage everything a bit better and just being like, okay, so if I do this, then that, and things are good. So yeah, happy days.
See how rosy my cheeks are? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've been out in the sun all day.
Oh, well, I don't know why.
At the truck.
I've been out in the sun all day. Yeah, it's nice though.
Yeah.
You're
WhatsApp, Instagram, all down, crashed. But anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah. So as we speak, because I've literally been like, what the hell? Like, and it's the worst time as well to happen in digital because a lot of client activations happen on a Friday.
But not even that. It's like all three are down. Facebook's down as well.
Yeah, but sure, I mean, it's all in the way. I'd say someone was just like, oops. I pressed the button.
Yeah, whoa, shit.
Oops, Mayday.
Paul, the intern, just unplugged it.
Fuck, it's Paul. Like, come on, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, it's been a while since we've recorded. I suppose, but both of us have been literally flat.
Not week and a bit. We're fine.
Yeah, but we've been flat to the mat, like, so it's fine.
Trey busy.
Trey busy. But look, it is a good time to I suppose be in our industry. And
do you headlines? Because I have no headlines.
I do. I have news. Class. I have news.
I was like, I hope she has headlines.
It's okay. I've done my homework. I have done my homework, so we're fine. Okay, you can. So you can blame me for the fact that we're recording on a Friday and not earlier in the week.
That's
because
fine.
I'm like, can we push it? And then I can blame you for not having your homework done. So it's perfect.
Do you know what? It's like a marriage. It's like a good marriage. Just balance.
Bit of give, bit of take.
Bit of blame on everything. Bit of blame on both sides.
The blame game. We love it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So actually a really funny, well, not so funny, actually kind of awful, but like funny story before we start.
Hold on a second. How does that work?
I don't know.
I'll tell it. Actually, it's horrible.
Well, it's not really that horrible. I don't really know how to preempt the story that I'm just randomly going to tell you before we start headlines. But you know the way everyone's like posting, as they should, the fact that if you press the button on your iPhone 5 times on the side, then your emergency, everything is like, it starts to, like, so basically it's going to start calling the emergency services and it's going to start reaching out to your emergency contacts in your phone. I activated that. Because I'm so aggressive when I snooze my alarms that I use my side button instead of like the snooze button, because like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not going to open my eyes and find snooze. I'm going to use my
you deserve it.
Use my sense of touch and go boop and switch it off. But this was like a few mornings ago. No, it wasn't. It was about a few weeks ago, because when I saw this coming out that like it's a thing to do to actually add your emergency contacts, I was like, that's actually really good if you're in danger, that if you press the side button on your iPhone 5 times, it calls the emergency services and it reaches out to your emergency contacts. But I was in bed one morning and to say I was exhausted was an understatement. And it was like a Wednesday or Thursday morning. And I just like literally, as you do for the first, like, we'll say 3 or 4 snoozes, I'm just like snooze. And then I wake up, right? So I was like, this goddamn alarm. And I was just like trying to switch it off. And all I heard was, whoop. whoop coming from my phone, and I was like, oh my god, what does that mean? And then it was like calling emergency services, and I was like, oh my god, stop. So it was like pressing stop on the thing, but like it made such a loud noise, like it literally is just like a siren coming from your phone. So don't accidentally press it.
Yeah, don't mess around with it.
Don't
That's
mess
good
around
though.
with it.
It's there, isn't it? That's obviously it. Obviously
Yeah.
took off with that poor girl in the UK.
Oh well, yeah, and Jesus, like that was like
Disgusting.
disgusting and just scary, and it's so relatable because it literally could be any of us. So yeah, it's terrible, but it is, look, I mean, making yourself more aware of like things that you can do and to be cautious, but at the same time I hate the fact that we have to be.
Yeah,
Like I hate that we have to learn how to defend ourselves.
I know.
Like it's shitty. But
I
look,
heard, like, I'm not backing the argument, but I also heard the argument that, like, when it comes down to it, it is human nature and it is what it is. And like, I disagreed with it because who was saying, it was someone talking to Jordan Peterson about it, I think it was, that look, women are the smaller of the human beings and they should know to defend themselves. Like he was trying to make the point of, you should be always weird. Like, men are never, like, we're always on the back foot as well, that we, like, if something's happened, a guy kind of can react. He was saying women should be the exact same. They should know how to train themselves. They should know how to act. And then the argument was, why should they have to be?
yeah.
So yeah, it's messy. It's a very messy situation.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like the like we'll say the animal pyramid, right? Where it's like you have every animal has prey, but there's no one above us. So why should we have to defend ourselves? Because we're all on the same level. But that
was the argument that guy was making, that the men are above you in this. And then I was like, ooh, I don't know. Can you be saying that, bro?
Controversial.
As in, yeah, exactly. But as in, like, I think he meant by sheer
size
force
and yeah.
Exactly as you're
now,
saying.
Jesus, there are women out there who would beat 7 shades of shit out of the strongest man. So I'm like, but yeah, definitely. I think it's just more, look, to be aware, and it's good to know these kind of safety things as well. But yeah,
I thought this was a marketing podcast.
It is, but it kind of started. I mean, I wanted to tell that story because I wanted you to be like, Muriel, you're an idiot.
You are an
people
idiot.
To laugh.
You are an idiot.
And for the fact that, when you it was literal, like, I was like, I don't think the next morning I snoozed once because I was like, just wake up.
Yeah.
Just get up. Don't do that.
I'm the type of person now, if I'm up for, let's say, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 7:30, 7:32, 7:35, 7:38. Yeah. 7:40, like up until 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but it's not even like, because you kind of factor in the WhatsApp's back.
Yeah, I just literally got your message.
But it kind of it's like you factor in the snoozes as well. So like if you hit snooze, you know it's going to hit you like 8 or 9 minutes later. So you're factoring in those in between times to basically annoy the shit out of yourself for half an hour before 8 o'clock.
Or Jules, my partner, she's like, turn off your bloody alarm.
But I think. But like, even, I don't know, we're totally sidetracking, but even with literally one of my friends, Ken, calling him out, right? When we used to have like college parties and stuff, he'd always crash, right? And he always had an Android, and those alarms are literally just like, like they're waking you up with a lullaby. And I'm like, how was and literally he would be asleep and it would be going off on his head and he'd just be like asleep. And I'm like, how are you sleeping through this?
I have the really annoying one, like, you're like, turn it off, like.
That's rage. No, I mix mine up.
That's rage. I used to have ringtones. Do you ever get ringtones?
Yeah.
And in like proper.
But
ringtones.
it ruined songs for you then, because like you were like, this is my wake up song, and now I hate it.
Yep. Yep. Been there, broski.
Oh, I love it. Cool. Okay, let's dive into Schmedlines. Schmedlines. Okay, so first off, Reels are coming to Facebook. Do you know what? I'm kind of happy about that in a way, because right now, if you're like into the cross-posting situation, you can't cross-post a reel.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. It just literally leads to cross-posting. They're not going to create different content for Facebook.
No, but the Facebook watch space, though, is an interesting place, because a lot of people are like, if you do see a lot of video content, and even if you're like using monetization, then Facebook watch is quite popular now for those kind of people. So maybe it's going to be weaved into Facebook watch potentially.
Are Facebook still doing the OTT stuff where they're creating their own TV shows and stuff?
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen much from them. Like, maybe they kind of stopped for a while. Did you see Mark was on a Clubhouse? Mark Zuckerberg, the head of the CEO of Spotify, and someone else was doing Clubhouse. I was like, that's impressive. Look at you yawning.
Sorry. I love how I'm sorry, but you literally called Mark Zuckerberg Mark.
My broski.
Like, I was going to say.
I was going to
like,
call him Zucks, but I knew you wouldn't know because that's what I call. Because
of course I'd know if you said Zucks, but at the same time, it's literally just like you being like,
we're talking about Facebook, and then I said Mark. I
yeah,
pictured
but
you put two and two together, like
no, because nobody says Mark.
Marky
Like
Mark.
I was thinking, like I was like, who are the Marks that we know? And are you calling feckin' Marks like stupid marketing like thing lingo that you did the last time trying to make Mark a thing?
Zucks,
So
babes, Zucks. And the CEO of Spotify and someone else. I didn't listen. I heard it was very good.
yeah, like Clubhouse, I've actually started to use more as like podcasty, but I quite like it now. But it's like you're kind of in and then you're out and then you're in another conversation, you're out. I quite like that because it's like
you have full control.
Yeah, I like it. It's quite interesting and it's always really relevant. Now I haven't been participating in chat or networking or anything. I've just been using it very passively. But I enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to get into it more.
Yeah, I think just start off with like treating it like a podcast. And then
let's do a live on it. And I'll sort that out and I'll let you know when. I'll have to see if we can record it or not. I don't think we can and turn it into a podcast. But probably
you could have an external recording device. Oh no, because it's two of us. No, never mind.
Exactly.
I tried screen recording an interview before and that went to shite, so that's not the thing.
Then again, it'd be nice just to create content for Clubhouse.
True that. So I saw this recently where Facebook now kind of have their own version of Patreon. So for things like the person I saw it with was Aussie Man Reviews. You know him. He's still live and kicking. Do you know that?
He's class.
Like he's class, but he still has like millions of views on Facebook and like he's one of those people that I still watch on Facebook. Do you know where you have your like go-tos? And his if for anybody listening, if you need a bit of a laugh and you've seen the Meghan and Oprah interview, he does his Aussie Man Reviews of that and it is just like
I have to watch it.
Chef's kiss. It's hilarious. It's like 3 minutes long. But I've noticed that he started like the Facebook style Patreon where he's basically, it's like 1,000 people can support him for like $3 or something a month. And then it takes it out of Facebook Pay. So I don't like if you've ever donated through Facebook, for example, they take your details and now they're stored in Facebook Pay, which has happened to me. And now I'm just like, I'm scared to press any button in case it's like, want to pay with Facebook Pay? And I'm like, oh my God, like remove my card. Yeah. But basically it was like $2.99 a month. And then it's like extra content. So you'll see extra content from them in their feed. So it's whatever way Facebook weaves it in. It's like that you'll see more than the average person will on the feed, which I think is actually kind of good. Like it's quite interesting that you don't like obviously with Patreon you have to create content on Patreon, whereas this is like an additional section like that you can basically just make your feed a little bit more populated, but choose that it's just Patreon members only, which I actually it's not called Patreon, I'm just using that as an example.
I wonder if Mark, my friend, actually made an offer to Patreon to buy it, to see if he just, because that's what he did with obviously Instagram and a few other things. He tried to buy Snapchat for $3 billion. The boy said no.
Yeah, and then he just did their own thing.
Yeah. But, I'm surprised Facebook don't have a creators fund.
They do.
Not outright Facebook. They have it for Instagram, don't they? But not actual Facebook.
No, they do. They have they have monetization.
Yeah, monetization, but not an actual fund per se. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it kind of works the same though.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I've a client.
Fuck me, right?
Hey, idiot. No, I have a client who's a publisher and all of their stuff is like, well, not all, but a lot of their stuff is like monetized. So it's through the creator monetization section in Creator Studio.
I don't know about that. I was always going, Facebook should have a fund like that now.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's not outright called a creators fund, I guess.
Yeah, it's within Creator Studio under monetization.
I fucking hate Creator Studio.
I actually kind of like it then. Sorry. Okay, so another thing that I see like literally screaming at me and I'm like, Facebook, no. Is there really prompting Facebook dating?
Yes.
Like really prompting it. Are you getting that too?
Well, I've gotten a few bits, but I think I think because obviously I have on my page, I'm married.
Do you? Okay, and it still has
a few things I'm seeing. Nothing. It's just kind of make it more of an awareness campaign than a targeted campaign.
Yeah, like I did now obviously I'm in a relationship, but I did tap on it because I was like curious, but then I was afraid that it's going to be like, Muriel, you're now live on Facebook dating, and I didn't like press any buttons, but
Do
I
you
was
have in a
really
relationship on your?
no, I don't have anything because I don't like I'm that kind of person. I don't like oversharing too much on
In
even
a
though
relationship, just not mention anyone's name. Like,
yeah, I know, I
in a
just
relationship there now. You're in a
yeah, but
relationship now. Yeah.
but you've been married for like a bajillion years and you're in a relationship with Jules forever, so
3
like
years. 3 years. Calm
yeah,
down.
but like, yeah, but anyway, but I just thought it was interesting that like they're really pushing that now. And I'm like, I wonder what's going to happen there. But anyway, also Bebo, I know it hasn't
Bravo.
officially launched yet, but you can actually go to Bebo. I think it's Bebo.com and get like, oh my God, why can't I speak?
Because it's
You can,
Friday evening and
you
you're
can Friday.
stop. Just stop.
Sorry. If you go to
Bebo.com.
Bebo.com and then you can actually hold your username.
Oh, reserve my username. Yes, yes.
Reserve your username. So like if you don't have it done yet, like do it for you and then you just have to link it to an email address. But like put your name in there.
Are you
Be the
doing it?
first. Pardon?
Are you doing it?
I did it.
God damn you, woman. I reserve my name live on air. Let's go. Come here. I ran crazy, so crazy the response I had. I ran Twitter campaigns for some clients.
Mm-hmm.
Super impressed at the cost of click through. Like super impressed. As in we'll be looking and recommending to a lot of the clients, like
yeah. Are they B2B?
B2B.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can't underestimate the power of a Twitter ad. Like literally I'm like, if you're in the space that it fits to work on or to be on Twitter, do like
sign up here. As in like €70 spent with nearly 8,000 clicks, like just people Twitter ads. And
but did you measure the analytics side of things then and actually look at like the actual quality?
Yes. So what I've done is I've actually AB, so I'm running 2 campaigns. One is just kind of awareness campaign, and one is actually a very targeted specific campaign.
Yeah.
Obviously, the target specific campaign is a bit lower. I think it's 5, 6 something when I last checked, but still, like that's still huge click-throughs for what it is. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Well impressed.
Very good.
Well impressed.
Yeah, because I always say like it's good to like obviously in terms of like advertising and audience selection, it's quite good for that if you're getting results. But I always look at like if I get a large volume of traffic for a small amount of spend, I always look in analytics and then I'm like, what did they do? Like, did they do what I wanted them to do on the website? But it's good that you're getting activity on the website too, so it's great.
And it's great to go back to a client saying, hey, we had 7,000 clicks.
Absolutely.
How many buys did you have?
always good. Okay, so another thing is that, and I know it's so like I literally remember the this is not dead air, this is me thinking.
Yeah, this is her thinking.
There was a thing that I was talking about before and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but it was basically something that I was like, I had that in my account and then
it was
animated text on stories.
Nope.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't Captions, like?
No, but Captions are in. Do you have them?
Yeah, handy.
Yet
to use them, but you talk a shitload in your stories, so helpful for you.
For some people, now I have kind of been quieter this week because I am literally, I feel like I should put a little sign on my Instagram being like, be back soon. Did you register your username? Yes. I just actually took a little bit of a break from posting too much on social media this week, and I've totally, like, I know we work in digital marketing, but sometimes you just gotta take a step back and like do all your bits and then be like, right, I'm back again, you know?
Yeah, because even with the hook truck, like I'm not even promoting that on social media. I'm just sharing stuff that people have shared. Like I'm not even, because I'm just so in the trenches at the moment because we're still learning everything, and
absolutely
every day is a school day, as they say.
Yeah, but I think it's okay to do that too. Like, I mean, you gotta like don't burn yourself into the ground. Like, but yes, captions are there, and for some people, they're not appearing publicly. So it's because so when I found captions, I didn't see them on anybody else's profile. I accidentally found them by searching for captions to have as a GIF. And then I was like, oh, this sticker here. And then I found the sticker and then I started using it and I was like, oh, interesting. And then people were like, oh, I'm seeing it. Other people were like, no, I'm not seeing it. And then some people were saying that it's not appearing in their public story, that it's going to a private story to just them. So what I would say is record your content, use captions, download them onto your phone. So save each section and then just re-upload them with the captions on. If you're stuck.
The best way.
So yeah,
Safest
so
way.
definitely do that. But another thing as well that I've noticed in new accounts, and it's so weird because again, it was something I saw like last year in like July or June, where you could tag products in captions. So not just tagging products in pictures, tagging them in captions. And now they're rolling that out again.
Yeah.
So again, for e-commerce people, it's just a bit of extra real estate for you to showcase your products.
Hells yes.
Yes. And then so we have that. And then one final thing as well was, did you try any IG lives or see any IG lives that had more than 2 people?
I've seen a few. I haven't tried yet. I'm at the moment, I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need to do any lives.
Yeah.
It's bad. I know. I'm like, I shouldn't. Like, I feel so guilty, but it's stupid.
Why?
Because my agency is quite busy at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not advertising the agency.
Mhm.
I feel I should do a lot more. Like my Instagram is pretty shot. It's pretty shit for the agency. It's just like, it's just there.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're busy.
I know, but that might
I
run
know.
out soon. Do you know what I mean? You have to keep up the brand and
I
keep
know.
everything going and stuff. But
I know.
what it really is assigning our Instagram to an account manager that we have, or just so they're looking after it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You just have
But,
to hand over the reins.
Yeah.
Give that creative
yeah.
control.
How have you had one? Have you hosted any yet? Or
Well, I had like obviously I go on lives quite a bit, but I haven't been in one that's more than one person, like one other person. And I haven't actually watched one that's more than one person, more than 2 people, you know what I mean? So like Instagram rooms or whatever, live rooms.
Yeah.
But I just thought that like it would be interesting to see a live room and then see, does the viewership increase because it's something new? Like because it's something that hasn't really been done before.
Okay.
Like because obviously lives you know, they appear at the top, but like it would be like 7:00 on an evening and they'd be like live.
I know.
So I'm just wondering, will it bump it up and show it to more people if you're going live with multiple participants?
Like that's the only way really is obviously you can do feed posting going live tonight, 8:00, whatever it is. But organically, there's no organic lives, is there? I don't know, they pop up and explore. Do they even pop up and explore a live video if it's going live? Do you see live now kind of popping up or whatever it is? So the only way is you have to be following someone. Like the joy of TikTok is you kind of well, it's not the fucking joy, but I get bombarded with the shit ones.
You were complaining about it. It was in your 101.
But I'm saying, but like,
but yeah, your live can be discovered even if you're not following that person. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That should be, maybe they should take a page out of that book. Instagram should take TikTok's page, if that makes. But then again, I'm pissed off at it, so maybe is it a big deal? I keep getting the same guys, even though I'm like not interested, don't want to see this. They still pop up every time. I'm like, okay, thanks guys, cheers.
Good to see you again.
Hey, John, good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Appreciate it.
They're kind of the main headlines. There was a lot of Facebook stuff that I was like, look, I kind of dabbled in a bit of it, but I feel like Facebook are like, we're trying this now. We're trying this now. Your friend Mark, you know, he to be constantly testing, like,
yeah,
he'd to be constantly trialing.
You got to trial, like.
I know, but they like Facebook is literally like Facebook reminds me of like a teenager that doesn't know who they are yet. So they come out of their room one day and they're like in emo. Then they come out of their room another day and they're just like pure, just like sunshine and rainbows. And then they come out of their room another day and they're just like, what you fucking saying? Like, and it's just like they don't really British? Know. I don't know.
Why are they British?
I'm terrible at accents. I don't even know what I was going for there. But you know what I mean? Yeah. They remind me of that, where it's like they haven't quite hit their identity yet. They're just trying to be everything.
Yeah, I think like it's quite a pun in itself, but Facebook to me is a marketplace. It's everything.
It is, yeah.
And it will never be one thing.
I know, but I think that it just I think it's like it is an everything, but it's just with all these new things it's trialing. It's like I feel like it should just kind of calm itself and just own its space, as opposed to like dating, what, like the Patreon thing. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot going on with it.
I feel like they're going, we're testing this. It doesn't work here, so we'll move it off to Instagram. This can go to WhatsApp. This can be to another app we just acquired, whatever it is. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is just kind of just push. I don't know. That's what.
Yeah. But if anybody listening to this is single, can you please go on Facebook dating and tell us what it's like?
Hells yeah.
Please do.
It
I'd
must
love
be
to hear.
accurate. It must be pretty damn accurate.
But that's the thing. It knows so. Now, when you're on Tinder, well, back when I was on Tinder years ago, it was that you could link your Facebook page to your Tinder profile and things like you had to have a Facebook page or something to have a Tinder page, wasn't it? That like, so you were legitimate.
Yeah.
So it was like, basically it would take things like your name, your age, your job, and then that's how it got your location or something.
Okay.
But you had to have it linked at the time anyway. This was, oh my God, I don't even know how long ago this was. Like,
this was like a year and a half ago, but like
this was about 6 years ago.
Tinder was there 6 years ago. It would have been. Actually, I was on Tinder for about 3 months. That's right.
Or maybe more, because it was.
Yeah.
I was on it. I was on it for quite a while there. What is on my microphone? I can see something. It's really annoying me.
You were on it for quite a while. I wonder what. It's actually your camera.
Yeah, it is my. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it's on the camera. Move the mic there again. See?
You see it there?
Gross. It's a snot, is it?
It's not a. Hey. There we go.
God, you're painful.
It's so far away. How could that be a
watching
snot?
this YouTube, I apologize.
How could that be a snot?
Achoo!
What were we saying?
You were saying, so I was on Tinder for a while. I couldn't know why. I was like, no wonder with the accent where it came out of. I don't know where it came from.
But yeah, you needed a Facebook page in order to get one so that you weren't catfishing, even though I'm sure there was a lot of catfishing going on.
Yeah, just create a fake Facebook.
Were you ever catfished?
Yes, through Marketplace, actually. They're like tried to get me. So I had something for sale on Marketplace. And he said, no problem. Can I have it? I use these people for shipping. I was like, no problem. Because he was in Northern Ireland or something. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And he was like, what was it again? He goes, I've paid a deposit of €160 to the shipping company. They're going to deliver the cash down to you. But you have to give them a deposit of €200 first before you get the cash and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, sorry, man, this sounds very fishy.
Yeah.
But I've paid a deposit, man. You can't do this to me. I'll lose my money. And you're like, I was like, sorry, man, not a hope. Fix it yourself. And he's like, and you just blocked me on everything. I said, this seems like a bit of a scam. I'm going to leave it. And then everything was blocked. But he was a normal person. Like he was like me or you with the profile. He had friends. He had like 600 friends on there. Like he was a normal person just doing it and then blocking people. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, you got to be careful. A lot of people have been scammed on Marketplace, like very much so.
Yeah.
So like even people, but it's usually going the other way when somebody's selling something and then they're like, oh, transfer the money. And then they never get the product.
Yeah. Never, ever do I do that. Never transfer any money before you see any product ever.
Even in person, when I buy stuff on Dundeal, I'm like, you put the product there and then I'll put the money there. And like, are you legitimate? Like, it's so weird. I trust nobody. I trust nobody.
You saw that Stripe, over 120 billion they're worth now. Stripe, two boys from Limerick, under the age of 30.
Yeah, but like, it's unbelievable. I actually use Stripe for my website.
Everything. Yeah.
It's
how are the
so
workshops going?
Good. My academy needs I'm going to be putting new courses up there with new dates. I'm just working around my CIT schedule because it's kind of Bananarama at the moment. I want to be able to.
I have to talk to you about. I want to do a whole influencer thing with the hook truck. But I'm like, so the way I built the original hooks was literally 80% influencers. Just welcoming them down, inviting them in, getting free grub. Thanks a million for coming down. Kind of chats, bands, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously with COVID, we can't do that. And I thought we should have an influencer night. Like, because the truck is classed on a lovely pitch of grass.
I know. I can't wait to be able to fucking go.
You'll be there soon. Sure, it's hopefully lifting soon, isn't it? They're saying 5th of April, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. I will be there.
Which I'm wondering, is that the play? Do we do like a night, make action evening of it, have some tunes playing?
Yeah, could you go to maybe an outdoor cinema or like an outdoor screening of something?
That's an idea, isn't it? We could host this. We could have a screen there, like.
Yeah, you could do it up that way and have it like the Hooks, like drive-in cinema or something.
People on social media are calling it Hook Park, which I love.
Oh, cuteness! Yeah, you could be like, and then just pick a movie that's like
That's a good
old
idea.
school, but something that people can go on like a lovely summer's evening.
Like hour and a half, but like mainly influencers, as bad as it sounds, because we just want to welcome kind of influencers, this
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
absolutely. But like, how cuteness would that be?
Very good idea. Insurance wise, it should be covered. People are calling it truckleberries as well. There's some great puns coming in on social media.
I freaking love that. Could you maybe have a screen on the side of your truck? Like have a projector.
I'm sure you could rent one of the kind of blow up ones.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just saying that if you wanted to really just, I don't know, but then everyone would be looking at your van and you'd be like, I kind of need to leave now.
Yeah, I kind of need to pee, guys. No, that's a good idea. That kind of stuff could really work. But it's interesting. Yeah, that's why.
Safety. But I do think, and I think that a lot of people like micro influencers are really the way to go right now too, because and their growth over lockdown has been insane.
Yeah.
And they're so grateful as well to like people who want to work with them and who appreciate their content creation and how they've literally been flat out creating content in a pandemic. And I have to salute them for that, because it's so hard to be creative in a space where there's very little going on. So massive kudos to micro influencers. And yeah,
big time. I got it was interesting. Remember that the deal I did with Mood Drinks?
Yeah, you hashtag BA or like hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag sponsor, hashtag. It was interesting. They just kind of just said, hey, thank you so much. We loved working with you. Can you share your analytics? And that was it. And that was just kind of what they wanted to see and kind of target audience. I was like, that's the perfect interaction, because I got a product. I was delighted with it. We sampled and I got to share and stuff. And then goes, hey, can we just see your analytics? And there was just screenshot the analytics. It was nice to deal with them. It was a nice interaction. So if you're listening and you're doing that kind of stuff, it's interesting to see the amount of people sponsoring stuff as well. Podcasts are really getting sponsored a lot, and a lot of products being sponsored and nod.
I was gonna say, anybody want to sponsor us? I will absolutely.
Now, to be fair, I haven't been pushing sponsorship at all. I haven't emailed anyone. So if you are,
okay.
Come here. If you want to sponsor,
we're the same.
We'll talk. We'll chat.
Absolutely, we are open to a little bit of sponsorship, and I cannot wait to be back in the studio.
I know. Speaking of sponsorship, this podcast is brought to you by Republic of Work. They are open for essential services, so check them out, republicofwork.com. Yes, studio. I'm really looking forward to getting back in, just for the banter, because like this is good crack. We're having fun, and I can kind of somewhat feel the energy, but like you're not like.
It's not the same, is it?
Yeah, well, there's snots on the screen. There's like,
hey,
like,
that was a bit of dust.
God,
that's probably been there for ages. I thought it was just on my screen. That's kind of annoying, isn't it?
It's gross. Like was it crusty, or did you?
Yuck.
I'm just yuck truck.
Dust. Yuck truck. Can I use that hashtag when I go to the?
Yeah, sure.
Hashtag yuck truck.
Did I ever tell you about that scenario? I won't name the influencer who we had a bit of beef with in Huckleberries.
Oh, I love it.
So we
Make
actually
some tea.
Throw back way back to
OG.
We did Freshers Week. We did it. We took over the O'Flynn sausage truck in the back of Door 51, or not Door 51. What's it called now?
Deep South.
And actually, that was the original Huck truck. Hashtag Huck truck, we called it.
Oh, go away.
Yeah, like 4 years ago. Yeah, and
that was like at the infancy of Deep South, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a very well known influencer came in.
Okay.
Locally, kind of 20,000-ish followers, like well known, came in.
Can you tell me who it is off air?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Locked she was, and just started videoing, because she'd done some work with the Shack, the other donut company at the time, and she was videoing our stuff going yuck, disgusting, losers, all this kind of stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ, like no need for it. And then she reviewed us. She was saying how ours were so expensive and they were crap compared to the Shacks, all this kind of stuff. And then that night she came in, but she said something to me, and I just said, I ignored her, and she goes, "You're being very rude." I goes, "Well, you're dissing my brand on social media, so I don't really want to interact with you. Thank you, though. Kind of just go away from me."
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of triggered even more. And she's like, disgusting, jerk. Like, oh,
on
gross. On stories. She lost 2,000 followers the next morning. She publicly apologized to us. Like, it was she got berated on social media. Every one of our fans jumped at her. Like, it was like, you shouldn't be talking about this. This isn't fair. They're trying their best. They're working. Like, you shouldn't use her. Like, it was crazy. She's like, I'm so sorry. I want to publicly apologize. She DM'd me personally saying, I'm so sorry. Look, this shouldn't have happened. And I was
Imagine
like,
the fear.
damn.
Imagine the fear.
But why take on a brand that was loved and kind of is loved in Cork for no
Yeah.
reason? Like, we didn't attack you. We're
I
just
know.
selling donuts. Like, what are you attacking us for?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, when I mean, influencers have to be so careful as well with what they say and what they do on their stories and just in general, because people remember, like, you know, people like it's Cork is a small place as well, that like you can't have loose lips, you know.
Yeah. Well, fair play to know she did own up and she apologized and she said, look,
Mm,
I shouldn't have got that far. I was drunk. I shouldn't have acted the way I did. I apologize. I was like,
okay.
look,
Yeah.
I was kind of out of it the whole time. I was like, look, no problem. Thanks for the apologies.
Yeah, and look, I mean, if there was a public apology, I'm sure even like the fear mixed with the mortification and like the embarrassment of that was enough of you to be like, okay, right, we're fine, it's squash, like it's grand. But
Yeah. There's no need to be dragging that shit in. Like, you don't have
oh,
to.
but Jay, if that happened in this year, like it scares me with our cancel culture now.
Oh.
What would have happened? So I'm
Obviously,
like,
the worst state of cancel culture we've talked about before, I've seen in Cork in Ireland, was that cinch shop that they made that stupid joke. The sandwich shop, remember? I believe him.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were closing the day. Like
Mhm.
they lost
Yeah.
everything.
Oh no. But that's like, I mean, I think with cancel culture, the way that it is now, it's that if you like, I totally believe that everybody makes a mistake, right? But if it is coming out of a place of malice, so if there's somebody who is genuinely being mean or being awful to an individual or a person because of something they said, they did, their race, their gender, whatever, and if they still stand to that, I'm like, well, they absolutely need to be taken down a peg or two. But I think this cancel culture that we have is terrifying because like people are literally just like, and like it's just this mob mentality of like this kind of like cyber version of a pitchfork where they're just like, that's it, we're coming for you. And like, you just have to be so bloody careful, don't you?
You do. Especially if you have brands, especially like if you work for yourself, like MGFD or like, you know, the agency Ed32 or Hooks. Like if I say something related to Hooks, that could affect the agency. I could lose clients over that or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? We could lose customers if I say something. You have to be so careful.
Yeah.
So careful.
Yeah. We're just lucky we're sound, Jay.
We're just class.
We're just sound. We're chill. We stay out of drama. Like I'm not good with drama or confrontation. Like I'm that person when it's like fight or flight, I'm gone. Like I'm literally just like, oh, you want to fight? No, that's fine. Hey, what's that over there? And then I'm just gone. Like I can't deal with it. I'm quite
empathetic.
Yeah.
So like if you're in a bad mood, I'll pick up in your bad mood and I'll almost get in a bad mood because I'm like, why is she in a bad mood? Do you know what I mean? Like, especially then if I have a confrontation with you, I'll be even worse after. I'd be angry at myself for getting involved. I'd be annoyed at you. I'd be annoyed at me. Like, even with customer interactions with the Hook truck, I've had one or two bad ones. And I'm like, it's kind of 2 or 3 hours after. I'm like, why am I still thinking about this? Like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Look, it is
mad.
what it is. It is.
It's what it is.
Come here, no pro bono this week. We need to get a new list. That's our apologies.
We do.
Follow the week.
I actually had Cork safety alerts because they've been flat out.
They have Patrick and the team are class.
Flat out. So fair play to them. And I think they moved to new offices as well. So congrats, guys.
Yeah, another shout out for them.
Yeah. And what's yours?
Joe Doyle Entrepreneur on Instagram, a Dublin chap. About a year and a half ago, he was working as a plumber, I believe, or some sort of sparky or electrician, whatever it is. That is electrician. But a year and a half or 2 years ago, and now he is literally just signed a lease on his 12th house that he is flipping, he's buying. He's like, it's just so impressive. And he gives out some great business tips. So it's Joe Doyle Entrepreneur on Instagram. Instagram Live.
Can I have a house show?
Go away. No, but he's doing, it's class what he's doing. He's on his path, he says, to make 100 million.
Nice.
It's class.
Can I have one of those millions, please?
Joey, baby.
Joey.
Yeah.
And then my Room 101 is not being able to edit captions and reels. So once you commit, you have committed. Like you can't edit the caption. Like if there's a typo, you're screwed.
But that, again, I was looking for analytics on my reels.
Oh yeah, there ain't any.
Yeah, you're good. You don't need them.
No, we'll show you how many people viewed it, liked it or commented, but actions? No way. Like,
how many people saw from the Explore page? No, you're good.
Nah.
You're good.
Nah,
What's my room 101? That's a good one. No, I forgot about room 101. I'm the worst at the moment.
you're okay. You are like busy. We're all busy.
Facebook. Just Facebook. No, I'm joking. It's something small and it hasn't happened in a while. Well, it's something small, and you mentioned it a few times. This data privacy from Europe. I'm pissed off. I can't see my people
Mhm.
sent posts. Still pissing me off. The little
Yeah,
paper airplane. I'm like, let me see. Like, it's not a big
I
deal.
know.
That
Well,
makes
like the
no
thing is,
sense. Like,
if you've posted something within 24 hours, you can see public reshares, right? But then that's it. Like you can't see the public reshares after the story is gone.
yeah.
So that's all you have. Like you have to literally go in and manually. I feel like I'm like talking like this. Like you have to go in there. I'll get a fox, pal. So
What do you say,
yeah,
Bill?
you have to go in and you have to see. I know now I'm forcing it. So no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have to go in and literally look at all of the view story reshares, but it has to be within that 24-hour period. So you have to be on it all the time. So like no. Trek like.
Just no, like absolute trek, like.
Okay, all right. I was like, we'll keep it short and sweet this week, and you've been shitting on for 41 minutes.
Come here, class. You're welcome, listener.
What about it? I'm off to go and get some wine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't drank since June last year.
Okay, well done.
Just saying, beastmode.com
So
/muscles.
basically, Jay's like losing weight and not drinking, and I am. Well, I'm actually not drinking that much at all, to be fair, but I'm gaining weight like crazy.
It's quite contradictory because I own a donut truck.
Yeah, and I'm surrounded by like really healthy people and things, and I'm just like, well, okay, I'm not gaining a lot of weight. I'm just like I'm not
EH80 fat.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yes, there you go. Just a little bit, the little bit of the COVID coaster.
Yeah, hell's yeah.
Wait.
COVID curves.
COVID
.com.
COVID curves. Oh, I like that. It makes it cute.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Oh, wow. To anybody else who has COVID curves, shout out to you, my friends.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queens. Okay. On that note,
yeah, hugs and
it's
kisses.
been a pleasure. Bye.